Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about something a little bit different because I have been seeing a lot of talk about this on YouTube and in blogs, and a lot of times I feel like the advice given, while it may work for that particular YouTuber or blogger, it's just not accessible for everyone. So I wanted to give you 5 self-care tips that are 100% free and that will keep you on the right track. Not necessarily cure your depression, because in a lot of cases that is just something that you're going to have to deal with on and off throughout your life. But these are things that will help you move in the right direction. I want to go ahead and get this out there. I am not a doctor, all right? I can't say whether or not you have depression, and I'm not here to tell you that you need to seek counseling for depression. But if you are concerned with your mood, if you are finding yourself self-harming, not just in physical ways, but in emotional ways, or even in just pushing the people that you love away from you, then you might want to go talk to somebody about that. And the other thing that I want to mention is a lot of people have also been kind of circulating this meme that says, it's like a picture of a pill bottle, and it says, "This won't cure your depression," and then it's a picture of like outside in nature, and under that part it says, "This will." If you rely on medication to regulate your brain chemistry, that is 100% okay. If someone has multiple sclerosis or cancer or any other number of diseases, you wouldn't tell them not to take their medicine. So I want you to remember, when you start hearing things like that from people, like, oh, just take a yoga class, oh, just go in the ocean, oh, just take a hike through a forest. Like, these are people who have never dealt with depression, so they don't understand what they're saying is actually making you feel guilty about taking the medication that you have to be able to exist in your day. So I want to get this right out there. I am not anti-medication. I think for some people it is an absolute need. So number one, and I think what a lot of people overlook in their whole self-care regimen, is getting enough sleep. And by this I mean not getting too much sleep and not getting too little sleep. So with depression, there are 2 types of people I find. People who sleep all day, or people who can barely close their eyes because they're just so focused on their anxiety and the things that they're worried about. Make sure you're setting aside time for yourself to sleep a full 8, 9, 10 hours, whatever you need to feel rested. And that changes for everybody depending upon your age and depending upon your natural sleep cycle. So choose whatever works for you, but make sure you're getting that 8 hours. Now, on the other hand, if you sleep way too much when you're depressed, give yourself that amount of time that you should be sleeping, and when that cutoff happens, get up, brush your teeth, sit up in bed, do whatever you have to do, but don't allow yourself to just lay in bed, because then you will sleep all day. So generally I'd say, sit up in bed if you want to be in your bed, if that makes you feel more comfortable and grounded. Sit up in a chair and try to read a book if that helps you to any degree. Sit on your sofa and watch cat videos. Do what you gotta do, but try to make sure you're not oversleeping, because that will also contribute to your depression. Because when you oversleep, you can feel just as crappy as when you undersleep. And so number 1, make sure you're getting enough sleep. Number 2, and this kind of fits into the people who, when they're depressed, tend to stay in bed a lot and not really want to take care of themselves. Make sure in the morning you set aside 5 to 10 minutes to do all the self-care stuff that you have to do. Take a quick shower, brush your teeth, brush your hair, put on a fresh set of clothing. And then if you feel like you really can't be awake and up any longer, get back in bed, do what you have to do for yourself. But at least at that point, when you get out of your depression, you're not going to have matted hair, you're not going to have let yourself get so bad that you feel like, those feelings of like, oh my God, I can't believe I did this to myself, which we all feel when we are coming out of our depression and we see, what we've been doing for the last 3, 4, 6 months. So just make sure you're giving yourself that time to do everything that you feel you need to do just to maintain your hygiene. Just get it all out of the way. And sometimes I find that when I'm in depression, sometimes just making myself do that much makes me think, okay, well, I'm gonna make breakfast now. And then after I eat breakfast, I say, okay, well, I need to unload the dishwasher. And then I unload the dishwasher. I see that the counter needs to be wiped down, so I wipe down the counter. And sometimes it'll trick my brain into progressing through my day. It might have been my 100% intention after I brushed my teeth and combed my hair to get back in bed. So that's number 2, take care of your hygiene or anything that you need to do for your body in the first 5 to 10 minutes of waking up. Number 3 is to develop a routine that you know comforts you. So give yourself 30 minutes, if you can, an hour to do this routine. And for me, that's often make a glass of tea or some coffee, sit down, look through cat videos. So that's just really my opportunity to come back to myself, to not have to think about anything that stresses me out or makes me anxious or makes me depressed. And it really gives me an opportunity to just have my little moment of peace. So for you, that might be, taking a bath and then, getting out in your robe, reading a book. Whatever that means to you. But the point is to do something that really makes you happy, or at the very least content. Do something that is just for you, 100%, and make that your routine. So you do that every single day. That's something that you can look forward to. That's something that doesn't allow you to focus on your depression or on the things that make you really stressed out. Number 4 is to call a friend. Now, this is not always possible, and I know that I've had situations where I've moved to another city and I didn't really have any friends and I didn't know who to turn to. But even if you just call a friend, I promise you, your friend wants to help you. And in fact, it makes people feel good to help other people. I know a lot of times people with depression, myself included, you don't want to talk to anybody else because you're like, my bullshit is my own. I don't want to force it on anybody else. I don't want my friends to get sick of hearing about how depressed I am all the time. I'm just going to keep it inside. And when I do that, I don't call anyone. I don't go out with anyone. I stay in my bed. I stay in my room and I just watch videos, and that is it. That is all I do with my day. So it really takes away your friend's ability to be intimate with you, to know you at a deeper level. And unfortunately for us humans, our deeper level is not always pretty, and it's not always fun, and it's not always, the life of the party. Sometimes it really is dark. People love to feel needed. Love. Like, if you feel like your friend comes to you, not just when they're happy, but when they need to vent, when they need to talk, as long as it's not, a completely one-sided situation, your friend is gonna want that. He or she is gonna wanna be there for you when you're having problems. Now, the trick is to make sure you're not constantly going to them for help without asking them, hey, what's going on in your life? Like, how are you doing? Even if you feel like you're not able to listen to someone else's happiness, it's a responsibility that you then have to your friend to be with them through what's going on in their life, even if what's going on in their life kind of makes you feel shitty about what's going on in yours. So you have to be able to kind of distance yourself from that reaction, which is to just say, I can be happy for my friend without feeling like this makes me even more depressed, because that's ridiculous. Your friend doesn't want to make you feel shitty about what's going on in your life just because she's having a good time right now. So just make sure that you're giving that back. And I find that a lot of times when people are depressed, because they don't want to burden someone else with their shit, they tend to lose friends. And if your friends know what's going on with you, they're going to understand when you don't make the phone calls or when you don't go out partying, and they'll probably want to check on you to make sure you're doing okay. That's number 4, talk to your friends. 5 is meditate. Now, I know a lot of people do not like meditation, and it doesn't necessarily have to be like a it doesn't have to be that serious. All you have to do is sit and try to quiet your brain. So basically that means whenever a thought comes in your head, that's fine. That is not you failing at meditation. That's you having an opportunity to say, I see you, and I'm gonna let you go. And if it only makes you feel good in that time period of your meditation, then that's fine. That's at least, 10 minutes more peace than you had the previous day. As you continue meditation, if it works for you. For some people, it does not work for them, and that's totally cool. This is just a suggestion. Once you continue meditating and you kind of find your way into it, you might find that you're able to let those obsessive thoughts go a little bit easier in your everyday life. So that is the goal, to be able to see a thought like, I'm not worthy of this, I'm not good enough, I don't really have any friends, to see those thoughts and to just say, I'm gonna let you go. So that's number 5, meditation. And then the last thing that I want to leave you with is just remember that even when everything feels fucked up and like you can't do anything right and like nothing is ever gonna work out for you and that you don't understand why you're on this earth, just remember that literally everything is temporary. So this moment is temporary. A year is temporary. Even the happy things that we have can sometimes be temporary. So you have to be able to separate yourself, especially when there are sad things. With happy things, you revel in it, you take joy in it, you say, I'm so happy that I have this right now. And with the sad things, you say, okay, I get that I feel sad about this, and I get that it feels overwhelming right now, but I won't feel like this forever. And sometimes that will help you get through to the next hour, to the next day, to the next week, and into a better life. But if you feel like things are too much and you want to end it, please, please, please seek professional help. I know it seems scary, and I know that in that moment you want nothing more than to stop the pain, but please, please, seek help. Even if it's just calling your friend and saying, I'm not in a good place and I'm scared of what I'm going to do to myself. Please help me. You are a beautiful person and you deserve to be happy. And sometimes that just means allowing other people in so that they can help you to cope and to find balance in yourself. So I'm rooting for you, for one, and I hope you're rooting for yourself. And I hope something that I said can help you. Mwah.